Word. Yes, people. Yeah, I feel like it, but officially we gotta change that date. We gotta change the time to 9 o'clock. Uh, because after Chelsea finish gymnastics and then you know the unpredictable traffic at Trinidad and Tobago. One accident caused a whole set of traffic tonight. So officially the fan stand will be open from 9 p.m. on a Monday going forward. Right, so thanks in advance for all those who jump in live. This is the Caribbean Fan Stand. I am your host, Tawa, aka Wood. Firstly, let me do some house cleaning. So, if you haven't already, and if you are not a follower of this page, Wood on the Street, follow Wood on the Street on Instagram, follow Wood on the Street on TikTok, right? Also, subscribe to the YouTube page where you could find uploads of the Caribbean Fan Stand and also the Wood on the Street podcast. Currently, we have episode 2 of season 2 currently streaming now, where we discuss a pensioner who died in a guest house, the Venezuelan who won Miss TNT, Venezuelans rapping doubles, which I was very perturbed about, and the little Polish love, well, not necessarily Polish love triangle, but about emotions and how people deal with relationships and the fallout of relationships, right? So you can go check that out now on YouTube or Spotify or all other major podcasting platforms, right? So subscribe to the YouTube page, like if you like the content, comment, share it up, right? Please and thanks. So let's get into the fan stand here now. Also, this week's fan stand is brought to you by Purple Gorillas, the big bad Purple Gorillas, Gorilla Entertainment Marketing. So, you want your event have the most vibes, you need Purple Gorillas. You need the hottest eccentric gear, check out Purple Gorillas. So Purple Gorillas provides both male and female apparel, right? So anything you need to go there looking nice, you can check Purple Gorillas. They also provide event promotion, whether it be a boat ride, a juve party, a water party, a baby shower. I link Purple Gorillas to do your event promotions and marketing. And also, if you need a team to come and vibes up event, you can link Purple Gorillas as well, right? Purple Gorillas, we in charge of vibes. Nice. So let me get into it. What are we dealing with first? Why the weekend roundup? Let me get into it. So we will start with the Premier League. There were no games on Friday, thankfully, because of they call it the international break. So Newcastle beat Brentford 1-0. West Ham lost 1-3 against Man City. Spurs in a thrilling game. I didn't watch the game, but I saw some of the highlights. But I was seeing the scores because at the same time I was watching the Man U game. Spurs won late in injury time. They got their both goals in injury time. 2-1. Richarlison scored his first goal for the season for Spurs. Big up to Richarlison. 2-1 against Sheffield United. Manchester United lost 3-1 again, home against Brighton at Old Trafford. Fulham won their game against Luton Town 1-0. Aston Villa bettered Crystal Palace 3-1. Wolves, they scored first and succumbed to Liverpool 3-1. Liverpool had a big second half. On Sunday, Chelsea drew 0-0 against Bournemouth, and Everton lost 1-0 against Arsenal. And earlier today, Nottingham Forest and Burnley played a 1-1 draw. Right, so that was the roundup for the Premier League. Moving on to La Liga. Rayo Vallecano won 2-0 against Deportivo Alvarez. Athletic Club won 3-0 against Cadiz. Valencia, surprisingly, at least for me, they came out 3-0 winners against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid are a lot on cold this season. RC Celta, they lost 1-0 to Mallorca. Barcelona, big winners, 5-0 against Real Betis. We name the Portuguese wing back they get from Man City, boy. I can't remember his name right now. That's all. I believe he scored. Him and he had the loan they get from Atletico Madrid. They had good games. That was the best. I know it was a debut, to be honest, but I know they had good games. Was Getafe won 3-2 against Osasuna. Villarreal came out 2-1 winners against Almeria. Valencia won 1-0 against Las Palmas. Real Madrid came from behind to win 2-1 against Real Sociedad. I heard Valverde scored a best goal in that game. I didn't get to see his goal. I don't go and watch the highlights to see that goal, but I had a best goal. And Granada fell 4-2 to Girona. Wrapping up the La Liga. Sorry, my sign is still acting up a little bit there. Yeah, so the names I trying to remember: Joao Felix, that who they get on loan. Barcelona get on loan from Atletico Madrid, and Cancelo, that the wing back. Cancelo, he and all he bag one, and that 5 as well. Moving on to La Liga, some big games. There's some big games this weekend. Juventus, they won 3-1 against Lazio. Vlahovic, I think he got a brace in the big game, the biggest game in Serie A over the weekend, and a shocking result, at least for me. Inter Milan in the Milan derby. Inter Milan came out 5-1 winners against AC Milan. Marcus Thuram scored a real best goal in that game. If you didn't see that goal, you want to check it out. Marcus Thuram scored a real best goal. And the game wasn't looking so one-sided. It was good. To be honest, I watched that game. It was like about the first. No, Inter Milan was always looking the better the teams, but not like it wasn't looking like a 5-0. So about after about 30 minutes, so the Inter Milan started to dominate that game. especially in the second half. Genoa draw 2-2 against Napoli. Cagliari and Udinese also drew 0-0. Monza and Lecce were also a 1-1 draw. Frosinone won 4-2 against Sassuolo. Fiorentina came out through 3-2 against Atalanta. Roma boy in a big win against Empoli 7-0. 7-0. Yeah, I think that's Roma first win for the season. What a result for your first win. Torino won 3-0, sorry, against, what was this name? How are you pronouncing this? Salernitana. And Verona and Bologna, they also drew 0-0. So plenty draws in Serie A. In the Bundesliga, big game on last Friday gone. That game started off the weekend was a real nice game. I watched that game. It had little loss, but still up and down, but overall it was a real best game. Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen, they drew 2-2 in a real good game. So, well, both teams not perfect again, but they still top of the table, and I believe Bayer still on top by goal difference. Yeah, by +8 and Bayern is +7. Yeah, so that's a really good game. RB Leipzig won 3-0 against Augsburg. Freiburg lost 4-2 against Borussia Dortmund. Wolfsburg came out 2-1 winners against Union Berlin. Mainz lost 3-1 against Stuttgart. Cologne also lost 3-1 to Hoffenheim. Bochum and Eintracht Frankfurt, they drew 1-1. And in the penultimate game, Heidenheim, they won 4-2 against Werder Bremen. And in the last game, Darmstadt and Borussia Mönchengladbach, they drew 3-3. Right, so that is the weekend roundup of scores. So you know all who went on in the top 4 leagues, domestic leagues around Europe, right? So let me spend a little 10 minutes back to the Premier League and discussing what is going on, what is wrong with Chelsea and Manchester United at the minute. Well, both currently sitting at 13 and 14 respectively. Manchester United in 13 with 6 points, and Chelsea in 14th with 5 points. So I will start with my team first. Yeah, so with Chelsea, first thing first, I think Chelsea fans, they needed to be humble, especially, I know we wanted to be better than what we did last season, but we had a good window. We had a good transfer window for the most part, minus the price we pay for Caicedo. But in terms of what the club wanted to do, at least what the club wanted to do, we are successful in that for the most part. But Chelsea fans have to get a while, and we're gonna win the league, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do this. When nobody around us was, or who finished above us, had any signs of being worse. Pep still lay Man City like they're gonna fall off. Arsenal, although Arteta playing the fool a little bit, and really they improved, they get the strength in the team. Brighton still looking good, you know. So I think Chelsea fans needed to be humble at the beginning of the season because the hair started to swell a little bit, especially how the preseason went as well. But getting into the team, in my opinion, I think some managers is be a little too clever for themselves. And as I say, my opinion, everybody, well, not everybody, but Pochettino, I see Arteta trying to do it, trying to play 4 centre backs or 3 centre backs in a 4-man defense for one to invert or you know, or as Man City doing for the last couple of seasons. But Man City didn't always used to play like this. Pep Guardiola didn't always used to play like this. You understand? So I say that to say, I think, especially when you're now as a new coach, is a new team basic, not even basically, Chelsea is a new team in terms of the turnover of players. Don't get too fancy. Do things as basic as possible. You know, and especially when you're playing these smaller teams, you know, I don't know nothing fancy. Let players play in the natural position as much as possible. So you see this Colwell in left back, get rid of that. And I believe Pochettino doing it to compensate for, so he wants the what is this? What do I want to use? He want the experience of Thiago Silva, but also he kind of worried that, you know, Thiago Silva might be caught out for pace in some games against some players. So you want to make sure you are covered for him in the event that, you know, any ball playing behind or whatever. That being said, if that is the case, if I am correct about that, then you could play a wing-back system where you have Chilwell, Gusto, and Regimes when you come back as wing-backs, instead of Chilwell playing as a left wing and Colwell playing as a left-back, because Colwell not making any overlapping runs, because that's not a natural game, right? So, in this game going here against Bournemouth, Modric, he started off well. He had a good 10-15 minutes, the first 10-15 minutes. But when you're leaving him isolated up there, you're not getting any defenders anything to think about, because if the left back not making any overlapping runs, or Colwell not stepping in the midfield to push up the midfield and let them get in some more attacking positions, you're not giving the defense anything to think about, anything extra to think about. So, whereas the defender, when a wing back make a overlapping run, the defender decided if to go with him or if to stay with the player with the ball and all them kind of thing. You're not giving them no options, you're not giving them anything to think about. So you're hampering the attack, and then also you're hampering the defense in that when we lose balls in transition, some players end up in a weird position because Chilwell is not a natural left winger. So, and all they want to help back, to track back. He ended up in some precarious positions. So that is one thing I think Pochettino getting wrong. Like, start off with the basics, do something as natural for the players as possible, and then you could start to, you know, get a little more fancy with the ideas. Also, we spend a lot of money on young players and attacking players. Now, that might not have been all Pochettino, but you knew where I was getting in, where you're self-involved, and you still at him on their press conferences. Excuse. So, why we not playing the players? They need, if a player is mostly young players we have, right? So they have to get growing pains. They have, like Modric is an example. He have to play to build the confidence to get more free. He will not build the confidence, you know, when the bench are coming on when we fighting up for a result. It's better you play him early and then take him off if it ain't working out. That is Modric, I would say for that, right? And also, we bought, so it would seem Pochettino want to play 4-2-3-1. So when Nkunku, then Chukwuemeka get injured, or they buy Cole Palmer as a backup for the number 10, basically he can play 10 and right wing, right? You bought him because you're insisting that you need a 10. Then why not play him? You understand? So when he name Nicholas Jackson will have more support around him now. You understand? So I think in Chelsea's case, the coach is getting a little too fancy before time. Basic things. So we buy Caicedo and Enzo to play as a pivot, yet still not playing him as a pivot. I don't understand. You know? Yeah, so big up everybody who tap in the live. Even if you tap in and tap out, we still appreciate it. And feel free, as I keep saying, feel free. This is the fan stand, this is not my stand, this is the fan stand. So if you have something to talk about sport relating, feel free to tap in. Or hit your comments in the comment section and I will read it out for you if you're a little shy. Right? So big up Island Boy Bex. Sick of 79, Island Darky, and the real Lobanton. Big up yourself, Lobanton. Anyway, Stan. Right? Right, so moving on to Man U now. Now, I have plenty things wrong with Man U in terms of the ownership and the hierarchy structure and so on, but we ain't gonna get into that too much. But all of that is part of what affecting the team because of the recruitment and so on. But on the field, well, I had to talk about the recruitment. I think one of Man U's biggest problem is the team very thin. The squad very thin. So when players out, like Sancho for disciplinary reasons, although he wasn't really having the best of times at Man U, Anthony for disciplinary reasons, Mount of injury, Amrabat injury, although he played. Excuse. That hampering them. So like when one player out, they either make adjustments, they don't know what to do. And Man, you have some injuries. Chelsea as well, but I'm not using that as an excuse because Chelsea team deep enough to get wins against Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest and the likes of those kind of teams. Yeah, but you have a lot of injuries and Varane, well I say Amrabat, Mount, Luke Shaw. So Man U has some injuries, but at the same time, it's a big club like Man U. You're supposed to have at least 2 players in every position. So I say that to say, part of Man U problem is the recruitment because they don't have adequate backup for many important positions. Another problem, I think, personally, this is my opinion, and it's not a bad thing, but is a forced problem. Since they get Bruno Fernandes, all coaches by Man U is, for the most part, be insistent on playing him as a 10, or forcing to play him as a 10, where that might not be the best system for the entire team. So that, coupled with the thinness of the squad and the lack of quality, well, I mean, thinness in terms of the amount of players and also the quality of players. So this week against Brighton, they played at Diamond, which I don't know. It was Casemiro at the base of the Diamond, Eriksen on the left hand side, and McTominay on the right hand side, and Bruno on top of the diamond with Rashford and Højlund as two strikers. Which, like, traditionally, what I mean traditionally, like, in Man U entire history, Man U do, in my opinion, Man U don't look good without wingers. Man U is a winger team. I mean, most teams are good with wingers, but Man U philosophy, the style, the brand, everything is kind of built around wingers. I know Ten Hag is not Fergie and whatever, but Man U is a winger team. And that diamond didn't really work for them. Now, McTominay didn't have a bad game, but he was like a fish out of water. So too Eriksen at times. So, with the injuries and the disciplinary action that was taken against some of the players, that hampered Man U this weekend. And I say, the thinness of the squad, which everything kind of falls back on the ownership, I think that is one of Man U problems right now. In a larger scheme, I think now this might sound a little Rabs-ish, but Man U is Fergie. So, if you check back historically, the kind of teams that Fergie would have won with in any other era, there was not winning with them teams. Like, Fergie win with some ring down shitouts. And he get them, but he used to get them to perform at a certain level, or at least do the part that they wanted to. So, man for man, Man U teams are really different from Fergie time in terms of the quality at the 11, but Fergie used to get more out of them than that. So the Man U fans living in a Fergie bubble, like, you know, they remember in them times. I mean, all fans go remember the best of times. You know, the Arsenal go remember the invincible Chelsea. Right now we remember in the Abramovich era, you know, but Man U fans need to accept that no coach might be as good as Fergie, and even the ownership. So what they would I get? What Fergie would I get out of the team? Other coaches can get out of the team. So they need to do better in the recruitment and the buying and the selling. Now, for financial reasons, Man U just do a thing where they keep in players to count them as assets without selling players, to don't gain players off the books. McTominay and Maguire is one in terms of price and amount of moves and things. And that is part of that, all are tied into the problem in terms of recruitment, because the wage bill and the net spend are thing very ridiculous. So every coach that come by Man U will have to do what Ten Hag do last year and work miracles with a squad that is like half or 3 times as good as many of the teams around them. So that being said, barring another miracle from Ten Hag for like last season, Man U fans in for a tough season. Chelsea as well, but the difference with Chelsea and Man U this season is that Chelsea actually looking good, you know, in terms of minus the goals. Chelsea looking as Man U not looking good. Man U win 2 games, but they didn't even look good in them 2 games that they win. Chelsea brand looking better. It's just they don't have that killer instinct, and I think that goes back to people not being comfortable in certain positions. But if Chelsea get a little more ruthless and power teams, they would. But the brand ain't looking bad at the moment. Man U, although they had some moments in the Brighton game, in the games that they win, so this season they ain't look good. They just come out with a win, which I mean, a win is a win. But I think the two teams, especially based on fan expectations, will struggle a little bit this season. But not being biased, honestly, this is not a bias. I'm not saying this because I'm biased, just based on how the team's looking, because people were looking for man like Casemiro looking good this season at all. Rashford looking like Rashford of previous years, not last year. So because of the current brands, I think Chelsea will do better. But Man U also didn't play well last season for the most of the season and still finishing top 4. But based on the style of play right now, I think Chelsea will have a better season. I don't know how much better, but yeah. Nice. So Champions League is back. The Champions League is back and it is on tomorrow, Tuesday the 19th. Now let me see what games. Well, the marquee games. I ain't gonna call all the games. So AC Milan welcomes Newcastle back to the Champions League. That game is at 12:45. PSG playing Borussia Dortmund. That is 3 o'clock. All the other games, well, it are 2 early games and all the other games is 3 o'clock. Barcelona have easy games. I'm gonna Antwerp. What else? What I mean? Lazio playing Atletico Madrid. Man City have a easy game. I can't even some kind of Kurvenda, Svrenda, some kind of thing so. Shakhtar Donetsk playing FC Porto. That the game tomorrow. So the biggest games is out of Group F, which is the group of that. AC Milan versus Newcastle and PSG versus Borussia Dortmund on Wednesday. For sure, see how tight I need one of games where the games playing. Bayern Munich playing Manchester United. Arsenal playing PSV. Real Sociedad playing Inter Milan. Real Madrid playing Union Berlin. That's some other games. As I say, that is the big games. That the bigger game. You know, the more marquee games. So Champions League is back. What question? You wait up in the comments and let me know who is all the favorites for the Champions League this season, starting from now when nobody in play. Well, obviously Man City will be up there. So my favorites are Man City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich in that order. 1, 2, 3. So I will give more the top 3 favorites to the Champions League. Hit me up in the comments and let me know who's all the favorites. Also beginning this week is the Europa League, and Europa League starting on I seen you right thing. It's starting Thursday. Yeah. Tuesday the 21st. Right, so the reason why I bring up the Europa League, because as we know, Trinidad are playing in the Europa League for AEK Athens is Levi Garcia. So he will be playing against, his team will be playing against Brighton, a big game, boy. Brighton on Thursday at 3 p.m. So you all look out for that. Right? Levi Garcia, they're playing AEK Athens playing that Group B. Brighton hosting AEK Athens. Right? Before we go, let's get up the CPL now. So the CPL, the league play is done, and the top 4 is set. The Amazon Warriors, Guyana Amazon Warriors, they top in the group start the league standings. Second is Trinbago Knight Riders. Third, St. Lucia Kings, and fourth, the Jamaica Talawas. So that means tomorrow Tuesday, September 19th, the St. Lucia Kings will be playing the Jamaica Talawars. And the winner would be going on as the winner of the eliminator. Right? So they will be playing the loser of the game, which will be held on Wednesday, September 20th, which will be the Guyana Amazon Warriors and the Trinbago Knight Riders. So the winner of that game going straight to the finals, and the loser between Guyana and Trinidad and Trinbago will be playing the winner of St. Lucia and Jamaica. So let's go over it again. St. Lucia playing Jamaica on Tuesday, and Guyana playing Trinidad on Wednesday. So the winner of St. Lucia, Jamaica, will be playing the loser of Guyana, Trinidad, and that game would be held on Friday, the 22nd, with the final being held on Sunday, the 24th. Right? All games start time is 7 p.m. So let's hope TKR could put the hurt on Guyana and go straight to the finals, and somebody else put the hurt on Guyana and knock them out, because I just like that. I mean, unless it's a Guyanese fan, I just like the fact that Guyana never win, and I want them to continue like that, because it's be real cocky for a team that never win, eh? Them and the fans. And this is the 11th edition of the CPL, I think, and they win a trophy yet, and the most cocky, because there's a league team now, but there's a round robin team, so let them celebrate that. Right? So there we have it, people. Another episode of the Caribbean Fan Stand in the books. Thanks to all those who joined in the live, and for those who couldn't make it, don't worry. This will be posted on the Instagram Reels and also on our YouTube page, right? So you can check it out there, as the diehard fans will know, right? So before we get out of here, just, we had to do the house cleaning. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok if you haven't as yet. We have different content on all the pages. We'll get to put a smile on your face. Follow us on those platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube page. As I say, you can see the reruns of the live on the fan stand. And also, you can check out the latest episodes of the Wood on the Street podcast. Alright, currently streaming is episode 2 of season 2. So you can check that out. So subscribe to the YouTube page, like the content, share it up. Right? And yeah, that is it. So until next time, this has been the Caribbean Fan Stand, brought to you by Wood on the Street. Don't forget our sponsors this episode, Purple Reelers. We in charge of vibes. So until next time, keep your ears on the ground, and we go get the word out. Word.
Ghost Gang Entertainment.